talagang nararamdaman ko.
Russia's Wagner mercenaries in Belarus are returning to Russia just weeks after the riot. According to the Washington Institute for the Studies of War, a report from that organization suggests that Belarusian leader Alexander Lukashenko has refused to finance the Russian private army, which has been allowed to operate in Belarus following its short-lived uprising against the Kremlin in June.
The Wagner Group mercenaries trained Belarusian military personnel just last month. Belarus's Ministry of Defense released the footage which claims to show the group who were allowed to set up camp in the country by leader Alexander Lukashenko. That came as a result of a deal he brokered in June that put an end to a revolt against his close ally Russian President Vladimir Putin by Wagner mercenaries. It was launched by their leader, Yevgeny Prigozhin. Lukashenko has appeared to welcome Wagner mercenaries being in his country. Wagner are helping us for free, even though they're mercenaries who fought and worked everywhere for money. To be honest, I want to keep them as a unit here. They're real fighters who've been through a war. The Wagner mercenaries appeared to be setting up a base in Belarus. These satellite images from June purportedly show a military facility under construction, not far from the capital Minsk. But now, just weeks later, there are unconfirmed reports that a majority of the mercenaries have been kicked out of Belarus by the country's leader, Alexander Lukashenko.
And joining me now to look at the story in some depth is Bob the Fighter. He is a former Brigadier General of Austria's Armed Forces. He's now president of the Center for Strategic Analysis of the NSC think tank, joining us from Austria. And thank you for joining us on DW. When it comes to Wagner, it's always a bit confusing exactly about their whereabouts. What more can you tell us?
It is the big question mark. How strong is the Wagner group today and where are they located? Because we hear several messages. The first one is that some of the Wagner fighters joined the Russian regular army. Some of them went to Belarus. Some of them had holidays. Mr. Prigozhin told it. And some of them are engaged in Africa and other places, as we know. So the real location now is totally unclear, and unclear is also the aim of Mr. Prigozhin, what he wants to do in the next few weeks.
Yes, even mercenaries, I guess, deserve some vacation now and then. Belarus, Russia, why does it matter? Why should we care where this mercenary group is actually based?
It is very important because nobody knows what will be the next goal of the group, where we will be engaged. So it was very clear from the first moment at the end of June that the real state very wrong in Belarus because it was only an interim period that was not from the very beginning. They do not have a real task. To bring the Belarus to power is not a real good time-consuming and long-lasting task for them. So it was clear that it was only an interim waiting for the next. And the next, what could it be? Could it be another engagement in Ukraine? Could it be a stronger engagement in Syria, in Africa, in African states, and so on? Or could it be a dissolution of the group that is not in the interest of Prigozhin, but maybe in the interest of Putin?
Right, you bring up a lot of questions there, and there's more questions. Just that the recent timeline, of course, Wagner was for a long time closely associated with Putin, helped, see his interests through around the world. Then came the rebellion in June. That was very short-lived. What would you say now is the relationship between the group and Russia's various security interests around the world?
There are some indications that there are strong ties with the Russian regular forces still from Mr. Prigozhin himself and his group. And that there are strong ties also with very important, I would say, political figures in Russia. How the quality of relationship with Putin is, that is unclear for me, because Prigozhin is a big political danger for Mr. Putin, I would say. So it cannot be in the interest of Mr. Putin to give him a strong role in the future. And that is one of the key points in the future, because the Wagner Group itself can be very useful for Mr. Putin, President Putin and Russia, but Mr. Prigozhin still is a threat to him in his political role. So I could expect that there will be a division between Mr. Prigozhin himself, his personal leader, and the Wagner Group.
Are we seeing there a risk opening up between them and the
both in their domestic operations as well as international operations, and furthermore, in
I appreciate your time and your insight tonight. Thank you.
Please like and subscribe so I can get quite good soon.